Hey everybody, this is Adam Ocean Walker and thanks for tuning into my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how to swim freestyle in open water. So open water, that covers lakes, rivers and the ocean. As you can see in this video, it's quite rough with the conditions in the ocean. And the first thing that I want to cover is if you get big waves, particularly waves in front of your face, you want to be dipping your head down, getting a lower arm and actually swimming underneath the wave. If you try and fight through the wave, you're likely to cause yourself injury and it'll slow you down. If you think of a surfer will actually dip the board underneath the wave to avoid getting wiped out. So swimming is absolutely the same. We want to stay nice and low. And if a wave is hitting you, let's say from the left-hand side, you can breathe to the right away from the wave. And likewise, the other side, you don't want to be breathing into the wave. So you can just turn your head the other side, which is why it's important to learn how to swim to the right and to swim left in order to avoid getting hit in the face with the wave. The shape of how you swim shouldn't change from the pool in terms of gliding, efficiency, making sure that you save energy and that you don't do any extra strokes. Sometimes you might find that people are doing lots of short strokes to get through waves. That's just wasting energy and it's also going to make you tired faster and therefore you're not going to swim as long as you want to at the speed you want to. So you still want to maintain that length of stroke like we do in the Ocean Walker technique, holding the glide. And if you find a wave is going to go over the top of you, I just hold the glide a little bit longer than I would in the pool. But the technique remains the same. It's still a roll, kick and pull as I do in the Ocean Walker technique. If you want to learn how to do the Ocean Walker technique, check out Vimeo. There's now over 4 hours of footage. I'm going to leave the link on this page so you can subscribe. But it's very important that we have our head looking down, neutral head, keeping that hip nice and high. Obviously with salt water that helps as well. But what I don't want to do is get too high looking forward with my arm high because my legs will want to drop and I feel like I'm swimming uphill. So what I try and do is drop that arm to 40-45 degrees, looking down and keeping a nice low position to the water. It also helps me with my balance if I'm not lifting my arm high overhead. So you can see it's very close to the top of the water when I do my recovery arm and I'm not lifting high over the top and likely to get wiped out. I'm trying to maintain that nice glide, holding the front arm as I said before. When I breathe, I also stay low to the water. I press my temple down into it. I don't lift my head high above the waves because that's likely to wipe me out and it will also slow me down and I'll get tired faster as well. So we want to be connected to the water, whether that's the head, it's the recovery arm, a nice low pulling arm so we don't have pressure on top of the shoulder when we actually do the catch. And you want to be connected to it. So what I mean is pressing into the water. By pressing the temple down into the water when you breathe, it creates a pocket and it means the hip stays nice and high. Another area I want you to focus on is the stability when you're swimming. So in the sea, when you've got big waves, it can throw your body around left and right and it can start to snake you. That means that you're swimming in more water than's necessary. So we need to stay nice and stable. How do we stay stable? The head is really important to stay neutral, looking down, nice and still when you don't breathe. And be aware of your back end. Be aware of what your legs are doing, your feet. Keep them together and keep that nice posture so you're nice and straight when you're swimming and you're cutting through the water. If you move your head around, your legs are going to open up, they're going to sway from side to side and you're going to try and adjust with the hands and the arms and we don't want to do that. So it's really important you've got that stability. You can learn how to be stable through the Ocean Walker Tech Vimeo online coaching series, which I mentioned before. I'll send the link on this video. And the same thing applies in the sea. In fact, it's tougher in the sea because of the conditions. So we want to be nice and balanced, nice and straight, and be very aware of what our body does. And when you learn the Ocean Walker technique, you really understand that alignment and how to be aware of keeping nice and streamlined. Okay, so I'm going to leave you the rest of this video to watch now. And just so you can see what I'm doing, I'm gliding, maintaining a nice stroke. I'm not wasting any extra strokes as I mentioned before. I'm staying connected to the water nice and low. When I breathe or don't breathe, my head is nice and still when I'm not breathing, and I'm nice and balanced with my arms wide out the eye line, and I'm making sure that I roll, kick and pull to get the glide, and that I'm not wasting any strokes. I hope that helps. I'll continue this video for a couple more minutes, and I'm wishing you all the best. And I'll make sure that I post another video as soon as possible.